Hello everyone, I'm Sifu Hill. You can reach me on systemswithinsystems.com. That will connect you to all the sites. I'm putting out a series of videos today because it's quiet at the house. Taking a disadvantage and making it into an advantage. I'm doing them all inside. So there'll be a lot of videos. I'm trying to keep them short. When you talk about philosophy, search of the truth for who and what you are, there is a lot of deep material here. I know that most people, I think, have a lot of impatience and they just have a short memory span, kind of like children and teaching kids, you know. You teach it for 5 minutes and whatever it is and they lose, they get bored. If you do get bored during this video, make some tea, have something to eat, or watch it. I'll try to keep them short as possible. If we go deeper down the rabbit hole where I'm talking more philosophical, I don't know how to make those shorter. So just as a point of that, in future videos, I would like to be more comfortable and just stop setting it off and putting it on so that everybody can listen. Just shut it off. Come back to another time. And for that, you're going to have to practice some discipline if you find it interesting, and you should. I'm trying to do these little work blocks so that it gives you a little time to think about what I'm speaking about and apply it into your life. I would like to go deeper down the rabbit hole and talk about it deeper and where these thoughts come from, maybe with some stories and whatnot, if the feedback is good and if people don't mind doing a 10-minute video or 15-minute video or whatever it may be and just coming back to it. So I wanted to talk a little bit here about also applying a more soulful aspect to your stress, which we talked about the grow, learn, teach. We talked about the systems within systems. We talked about the material aspect and a different way of viewing and thinking things. I'm not here to challenge anybody's belief systems, but I am here to help you attach different parts where you can grow and experience things a little bit more. And here I like to talk about love, faith, and trust. And everything that we're doing in the idea of mindfulness. And whatever your belief system may be. We all have this idea of what love is. It's very complicated. And sometimes we fall in love and then love leaves. And we can love our car. We can love our house. We can love our children. You know, we could be protective. There's all these different facets that attach to love materially, physically, and socially, and spiritually. And faith, I believe faith is a very important thing. The one thing that we have to have as far as what we're doing and what we're doing, you have to stop judging yourself so much. Stop judging others so much. You know, most of the time, whatever environment I'm in, I'm talking to whatever people I'm talking to, I just nod my head, yeah, that's right, I understand, because I can't teach there. I can't say anything. I'm not judging, and they could be talking about whatever they're talking about. But I don't judge them, and I don't judge myself. It's important to not judge yourself so much, to be able to keep moving, to practice the art of motion and movement, always moving towards something, and inward something. So, you know, when it comes to faith, you need to have a little bit more faith in yourself, in where you are and what you're doing at the time, you know, and trust. You need to trust. Trust is a very difficult thing. They all kind of go together, love, faith, and trust. Here's the problem. It's when you attach an emotion to it, when you attach a way to it. When you think about faith, when you think about love, when you think about trust, it should be empty. Once you design it, once you say what it is when we add all this stress to who we should be, what we should be doing. Love is endless. Faith is endless. Trust is endless. It's without design. So whatever your belief system may be, whatever you want from your belief system, you can want to stop wanting, and that's a want. That's where focusing without focusing comes in. So the first thing when you talk about faith, love, and trust, whatever you may have with your family, with yourself. Don't design it. Don't you decide what faith is, what trust is, what love is. Let it grow. Let it expand. Move with it. And as far as your wants go and what you need and what's going on, we talk about, bringing the meditations more into it. Then that's where focusing without focusing comes in. It doesn't mean stopping your goals, re-changing. The hardest thing for a human being to do, all of us, is to accept change and to recognize change within ourselves. That's where it's good not to have a design of what faith, trust, and love is. It's endless. It creates itself. You don't say, this is what, I love this, I love that. You just are I have faith in this, I have faith in that. This is what it is. That's how people get disillusioned and get conned and end up doing terrible things to people, and how things and people are controlled, and what allows for brainwashing techniques to come in. You need to believe in yourself. And it doesn't mean stopping your wants. This is what I call focusing without focusing. When I used to do a lot of fighting in whatever I was doing, I would not see a person in front of me. It would be like energy. I would look through that person, and I would view everybody as energy, and it would be focusing. They were there. I'm recognizing the movements. I recognize the threat or whatever may be happening, but I'm moving through it. I'm not focusing on it, which allowed the freedom of movement, allowed me to express, to come in, to do what I have to do. I didn't get fixated on the person's scars, if they had a steel plate in their head, or if they were big or large or anything like that. I just saw this individual in front of me, are individuals, and I didn't focus on them. I just focused on them I looked through them, which allows me to do things in my life, whatever it may be, to be more of who and what I am, not what the world expects me to be, or what I should have, or what everybody thinks I should have, or what I think I should have. I'm not saying that I don't have goals. I do. I'm moving towards directions. I have never slowed down. It's just that I see it and I just move, and I allow my love, my faith, my trust to be empty, and I go in that direction. If I want to be more financially set, if I want to have a family, whatever it may be, if I want a big house, these are all things that are in front of me. It's just, I don't get obsessed with the want. I get involved with the movement. So, in a way, I want without wanting. And I'm moving. I have my goals. It keeps me going. Just like, the teaching that I'm doing now. This is very difficult for me. Sitting here and talking to a screen is not easy. I'm by myself, and like I said, I'm not the most tech-savvy guy. But I believe in my students. They've stayed by me. They're a part of a community, and normally I would have just said goodbye, but I'm not abandoning them, and I'm not abandoning anybody that wants to listen to it. And this is a lot of work for me. My eyes aren't that good. I'm looking at myself, and I can't even focus on it. My eyes are okay, but they're not as good as they used to be. So it's not easy, but I'm doing what I'm doing because I'm moving in a direction. It's not, I want to change things. I want people to hear it. I just am moving towards my wants, but I'm not fixated on them. I'm not fixated on that target. I have to hit that bullseye. So focusing without focusing, understanding what love and faith and trust is, and bringing that into your world, meaning your universe, and connecting and attaching, you start recognizing the process of everything, of everybody. There's a whole different respect that you have for life, a whole different meaning that you bring to yourself, and whatever your belief system may be. It doesn't interfere with people's belief systems, I don't believe. If anything, it will enhance it, cause you to ask questions, to see more about yourself, to understand your world and your universe. And again, breathe. The practice of being, of being in this moment. So, focus without focusing. Don't stop where you're heading. Just don't get obsessed by it. have what faith really is. Stop judging yourself. Stop judging others. You know, it's very difficult. You have to catch yourself with it. You know, you have to, what am I doing? I'm caught up in it. You know, and trust in the path that you're moving, but don't create it. Let it create itself. That's the sword that cuts through adversity. All right, everyone. Grow, learn, teach.